Hello, everybody. It's your man Vic and Smileskova. How you doing? Be sure to go on my YouTube channel, VM Enterprisers, and subscribe. So thank you for commenting, sharing, posting, reposting. I really appreciate it, guys. And I felt the need to actually start to share some of my tips that I've been doing online for the longest. And now apparently these things are the norm, which is great for me because I've been doing these things already. Now, now I want to take my strategies to another level, but then, start spending more and more money on uh, uh, clicks or ads or anything like that. I better, make sure that my image and everything is good. Some people want a website, so you're gonna have to figure out how you're gonna build one of that. Whether you need to hire somebody to do it for you, or you go on a webs or a site like that and just build it yourself. One thing I also suggest is maybe going on Blogspot or even a Tumblr and starting a site there. Another popular blog site is WordPress, which is a great platform for starting a site. So you could go on there and either use a free um, template to get the look of your site the way you want it, um, or you can, uh, if you have our HTML, CSS savvy, you can build it yourself. So go over there and get a site, and from then on, I'll drop the link for hosting in a chat, and you guys can get your own site there. So all these things are pretty basic. So, but to do it is not something people know how to do. So that's where I come in. Um, so if you need help figuring out how to do these things or cost or whatnot, this is something you would need help with. But that's why I'm here now to drop links. And here's the link to the hosting. So that's there. Um, Let me see what else I can share with you guys. But so yeah, it's my first time using this, which is pretty good. Um, from Google Hangouts, I let them develop it a whole lot. So now you guys have the link to that. It's dropped. Hopefully that goes into the YouTube chat box. But if not, that's fine. Um, so when you are figuring out your strategy to create more engagement and whatnot, you definitely want to remember that um, first impressions are key. So you want to make sure that your images are the right sizes. They're good colors in them. They reach more people because they're more engaging when you're smiling, when you're looking good, clean. So that's definitely important. And then when you're posting photos, um, you want to make sure that they're actually good and engaging. Because if I were you, I would start a site, a page on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and possibly Instagram if you're into pictures and have a device that can take good photos or whatnot. So go on those sites, get everything together, put the profiles together, and start utilizing them. Um, and you will see that you don't have to spend a whole lot of money, but to keep it up and keep upgrading, that's what's actually more important, to keep making it better and better. Um, so like so to start, after you got your domain name and your hosting set up, make sure you have a good name. But before you even do all that, you want to make sure that you set up the presence for your brand or company on some different social network sites as well as bookmarking sites. Um, so after you set your site up, your blog, now you go on over to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and completely fill out as much as you can with pertinent information that will, if you were looking at that page and you saw it, what would make you attract to it and want to do something with that page and engage? That is what you need to ask yourself. So once you start doing that, you start to see how having a page on Facebook or any social media site will be another way for you to bring traffic back to that site you used to hosting for. Um, so, so making sure that you get, you secure a good domain, a good hosting, and then you make sure that you secure all of those page names from the name you made on those social networks. So you got to go over there and be creative, and hopefully your name isn't taken, and you can just change it up. If you're trying to figure out how you can make a custom URL on Facebook, go to facebook.com/username, and from there, just click the page you want to do that there. Most people ask me, what can I do to get the word out a bit more and to spread information about what I'm doing on social media? Sometimes these people already boosted their posts. They already bought ads on Facebook, and still not the results they're really looking for. So they, from seeing and understanding that, they start to realize they don't have a brand awareness or recognition. So to do this, you have to put the brand in places that are targeted for that market, i.e. target marketing. So that is something that I would suggest people do, is to target the market that they want to hit. Say you sold bikes. You wouldn't go to a yo-yo convention to go and try to sell bikes, would you? Unless a lot of those people like to ride yo-yos, riding bikes, then that's a perfect place. But if not, you would want to go to maybe a bike conference, something like that, or a group that's selling bikes, or wants to buy bikes, better yet. So it's the same thing online. If you want to get people aware of what you do, say you're a holistic healer, or say you're a company that sells cell phones, you want to be in front of the consumers, obviously, and being in America, you're in front of 300 million consumers all the time. So to do this online, which is international 24-hour, 24/7 business possibility potential, you would, add, after you fill in your profiles, you add the links and everything, you got your host domain, your site set up and everything like that. Let's start getting the word of mouth out there. A lot of people, and I've been done this in the past, where I've tried to get my family to help me out and spread the word about what I'm doing. But these are the same people that, when I say family, I don't mean like my mom, dad, brothers, sisters. I mean like my extended family, so that. So if you don't explain to your family what you do and they don't understand it, then how are they going to sell your business? So it's not necessarily their fault. It's that innovative entrepreneurs doing, for not realizing that if you're gonna, especially if you're gonna go in an industry that's not established or well known, which is probably the best way to make a lot of money fastest. The people around you, unless they're directly into it, aren't gonna know anything about it. So they wouldn't be able to help you out. They wouldn't be able to help you sell this or that. So best bet is to put yourself around people and groups and situations that can support your goals and dreams. I'm gonna spend a few on this because it's important. If you're around people that aren't always positively encouraging, or you tell them stuff and it's like they're using it against you, or you know, they're only there for the good times, or, they're only there for the bad times, which is not cool either. So, what people actually, this is weird. It's cool. I like it. I like this light. Just a little flashlight, no biggie. Um, it's cool. But anyway, let's not get distracted. So, making sure that you're around positive and people that are supportive is key. While people are out here trying to make the next buck, quick buck and whatnot, they usually don't have any kind of real knowledge of business. They've just been working for the man or whoever for the last while, so they don't really have the business experience that you may actually need. So they're the wrong people. You have to continually and positively put yourself in front of the right people. And do this always easy if you don't know. Yet, we're using social media. So it gets a bit easier because you don't have to be directly in front of these people to connect with them. You can connect with them online. So say you don't know these people's names, you don't know where they from, this or that. What you would do is put yourself in groups that are for, the topic that you want. So say, you're a person that holistic medicine. You will put yourself in groups that are for holistic medicine. As obvious as that may not have been or has been, that's what you want to do. So to do that, you go to Facebook, LinkedIn, and you start figuring out keywords that'll be used for to put yourself in the groups. Now put yourself in these groups, and now what you have to do is take some time and come up with a good copyright to start creating your own ads. So we're not talking about AdWords or Yahoo ads or anything like that yet. What we're talking about is actually doing your own ads on these different groups. So picking out the different groups that are pertinent to your thing is good because other people do the same thing. They put themselves in groups that have to do with what they like. So this is what we all have to do, and it's very possible. So to do this, it's very easy. You just go on Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever there's groups, and you add yourself to them. And remember, first impression counts. So when you do that, you have to make sure that you are giving a good impression. And to do that, take your time, use some good copyright, come up with a good ad that's engaging. Make sure your links to your website are on there. Maybe to some of your other social media pages, and connect. It's pretty important to get the target marketing going. So now you got your website, you got your Facebook pages all set up, but now you set up a site and you had a blog on there. So what do you do with that blog? I know I'll post about things I want to talk about. That's cool. As long as that has to do with what your potential clients and customers or people you want to come onto your site are talking about. So what you would do is, a lot of people like to just type up, different things, telling stories to that, and that's great. When you're doing this, you got to keep in mind keywords that people type in the search engines when they're searching for topics of what you want to profess or topics of what you want to attract people for. So as you're creating a blog and a blog post, you gotta think from the top up, like what title can I put that if somebody sees this on my networks on social media, will they be like, whoa, let me click on that and check it out? Because that's important. That's what you want people to do. You want people to go on these sites and connect to you. So these are a couple tips that I utilize to use social media or whatnot. And I definitely think that anybody can do this. Some different tools you could use for is PicMonkey. I would check that out. Go to PicMonkey. Go to Snagit. Also Canva and Instagram for some good image tools and resources. So that's PicMonkey, Snagit, Instagram, and Canva. And when you're doing this, just pick one goal and go after that. Don't keep trying to do multiple things with these networks or whatnot. So what you want to also do is identify who your perfect audience is to attract them, then optimize your efforts and use strategies and then put them that work for you in the business and then put them on autopilot. A simple plan can be, mix up the media, link to other blogs and articles, videos, photos. Make a text update is a post without links, and it's cool, but you definitely want to do something with a photo or whatnot. Link updates is a post with a update of a link or whatnot. It could be a new blog post, an afternoon post. So these are good ways to have a plan. Make sure that when you're doing a Facebook cover photo, it's 851 by 315 pixels, and you want to make sure that you take advantage of the whole thing, the whole space, and make sure it's congruent with everything. Because you want to create smart passive income for yourself. Also, you got to learn to take action today, and whatever that is, you need to keep doing that strategy and figure out how to experiment to make it better. So that's definitely important. So these are very important. So now that you set these up or whatnot, you actually now are putting yourself in a position to start to buy ads and invest in your company with more money. I know you're already invested in the domain name and the hosting and taking the time out to build a site. But before you continue to invest more and more money for all the time you're putting out, you want to try to make sure that you can get something back from your investment. With every investment, there should be a return. You don't want to be doing all this work and not figuring out strategically how the return is going to come. Because if you don't do that and there's no return, you're blaming it on the tools or on me. And, that's just not the case. So it's definitely important to, optimize your efforts and not only implement them. Because if you want to use Facebook to sell, you definitely got to do something different and unique. Here's what you do when someone opts into your freebie or whatever on Facebook. Instantly send them an email welcoming them and giving them access to what they opted in for. Next, create an email autoresponder that will continue to get the message even if you're not there in a moment. So yeah, that's definitely key. Some email marketing resources are socialtrigger.com, copyblogger.com, waldowsocial.com, and hubspot.com. Because you definitely want to have an email situation where you have the value add email so that you can actually create value for the people, like you give them something. So Now you set up these pages, and the key part about it is because you have a product or service that you want to sell. So it's to get to that point, you got to actually put the product and service in people's eyes without them getting annoyed. Whoa, how do you do that? Yeah, I know. That's the part where making sure that you have a key understanding of psychology and how people think, and if you have a understanding of how virality works and how what makes people click like and share and all that, it'll be easy. But if you got one of those businesses where you don't really have too much to share, not many photos, this or that, then it becomes a bit more hard to strategically plan how you're gonna, uh, you know, do your updates and connect with people, because people don't want to be bored. And online, when people can just click away very easily, you know, you have to make sure that what you're doing is very strategic and not deterring people from going away from you. That's key, because the whole point is to get them to come to the site and eventually buy something, and they will, I promise you. Um, and to do that is not incredibly hard, but it's something that's going to take actual work to do. And I'm sharing more links. If you guys need more affiliate products, let me know. I know everybody likes GoDaddy for your hosting. I'm also putting a link for Social Oomph for people that want to boost their social strategy, as far as posting online and everything like that. Um, and also, I want to share my Dropbox links, because I know everybody needs to put things in stuff. If you're not using Google Drive, which I highly recommend, I will go with a Dropbox type deal. So everybody that wants to just get the quick rundown on how to use social media, start your own business, this is how you start it. It can definitely be done, with a lot of work, like what I said with the groups and the pages and the virality. It takes everyday effort, and if you're not paying somebody like me to do that for you, you're gonna have to do it yourself. Um, and I just gave you some quick tips on doing it yourself. So let's do it. Let's get it done. I know a lot of you want to, blog, want to start WordPress blogs, this or that. There's nothing stopping you, but knowing how to do it, I guess, or just doing it. So thank you for listening. Be sure to share this video with your friends and people people that you know looking to start a potential business or club or anything like that. And thank you for sharing. I love y'all. Thank you so much to all the people that support me on my sites and blog. Email me, vickinsm@gmail.com, or give me a quick call, 848-628-4873. And let's use social media to start our own business. So now your sites, you bought a domain, I gave you the GoDaddy link right there. You put a blog on there. You know how to start the blog by using keywords. That's going to be important. And you maybe probably want to use Google's keyword finder or YouTube's keyword finder to facilitate making that easier for yourself. If anybody has any questions, just email me, call me, tweet me at VICKENSMOSCOVA, Vickens Moscova, and let's get ish cracking and popping. So Islam to all my Moors, all the gods, goddesses out there, keep doing our thing. Peace. Command you. Okay, that didn't stop. Let's stop it.